Hello. Welcome to what I'm calling part 0 of the next thing I'll be doing a Let's Play of, because I need to do a bit of an introduction to explain a little bit about what's involved, what what the structure of this is, some kind of introductory information and so forth. You can just skip this if you just want to see the game and don't really care, and especially if you don't want any spoilers whatsoever. But I'm going to set this up. This is going to be like the first episode in the playlist and such to kind of explain a little bit. First of all, I'm going to play through all of a very long visual novel that I've already played before, literally starting just last year, finishing earlier this year. And I enjoyed it so much, I want to reread it, because it's also quite dense. There's a lot to see from going back to the very start and going through it all over again. And knowing where it goes, I'm interested in digging into that stuff. I won't spoil anything in the main playthrough, but I will have separate spoiler-filled episodes that will be full spoilers, where I mark very clearly that it's only for people who've already played the whole thing, and I will talk about stuff that connects to future information. But if it's all new to you, just sit back. It will probably take 2 years for me to get through the entire thing, because it is 8 parts. Each part, give or take, is somewhere around the 8 to 10 hour mark. And at the pace I played, that definitely means it is probably a 3-month commitment to release all the episodes. And I'm also going to intersperse smaller visual novels in between episodes. So I'm going to try and get small ones that are even shorter than Heaven Will Be Mine was, but just a little breaking up pace thing, do a few episodes of something else before coming back to Umineko again. There will be content warnings for this game in general. I will give more specifics in individual episodes, but be warned, if it is important to you, there is family trauma involved, broadly speaking, as well as familial abuse, both of adults and children. Detailed descriptions of gore will come up regularly. There will be murders that are gruesome and then described as such. I will give timestamps for these sections and you could skip around them pretty easily. Generally, they're also not actually visual and they're just descriptions of such. And also, incest and rape will both be involved in a late part of the game. It's difficult to explain why without having a long conversation. I don't even mean spoiler reasons. I mean, it's just hard to quantify what that means. In my opinion, the game treats them with gravity and weight, and these are not throwaway things. They are not dwelled on as part of the text. There is not a scene of either. It is not described directly. But it is going to be a major element of a late stage of the game. So if either of them makes you significantly uncomfortable, know that that is coming down the road. It's not really compartmentalizable. It is going to be a broad-reaching element of the game once we get there. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to give very, very, very light pitch on what the game is. Again, if you want to be very unspoiled, you could just stop now, go watch the first episode. It should already be up by the time this video is up. But if you want to know a little bit more, Umineko is a visual novel about mystery. It's a kind of murder mystery genre thing, but also with fantasy and magic involved. You'll see what that means and what that is as it goes on. But the way I was first pitched on the game that made me instantly want to see what it was like was the basic premise is a witch is on an island saying, I did these murders. And this dude, who is very stubborn and very objective, kind of facts focused, is like, no, magic's not real. And they're going to debate that very in depth, as she continues to say, I am a witch and I did these things, it was magic. And he's like, absolutely not. I can give you the facts of how this happened. And it's very, very good. Other stuff happens. As I said, it's very long and it goes in multiple directions and deals with a lot of things. And there's honestly a lot of thematic substance to it too. Again, you'll have to bear with this quite long game, but broadly speaking, it goes into some queer themes. It actually goes into... Gender is very important in this game in a way that at first will just seem like normal sexist visual novel things. You will see what I mean. But I find it extremely worth it, and I think a lot of people would enjoy this. It is a big commitment to play something this long. Part of why I want to play it is I think people who would be willing to just watch a thing would probably have a good time if they could be handed it on a plate. So I'm hoping that is something people can get something out of. It's also got kind of weird meta themes in that it's about storytelling, but in a way that's different to how often being about storytelling is, because it's actually about the relationship between an author and an audience, and the different kinds of an audience you can have a relationship to. I'm going to keep it vague, obviously, because I'm going to be talking about this more in depth as it comes up in the game itself. And that's what a lot of the spoiler stuff will get into as well, the kind of connecting different parts to different parts and talking about the story as a whole and how all of that comes together. If you have questions about particular content warnings, digging into specific aspects of the game, even just format, structure, or anything in general you would like to know, kind of before going further, feel free to comment them. I will probably update this video, especially as it's hard to be comprehensive with content warnings. I'm sure other stuff will crop up that feels important enough to add in here. So if there is anything you want to know, do ask, and I will probably reply in a comment and potentially then update it into this video. I think that's it for setup, so I think at this point it's just worth diving into episode 1, the first part. I hope you'll enjoy following along. It's a very good story, especially I think folding out over time is going to be very fun. And I look forward to digging back into all of the stuff that I didn't quite get first time around. Anyway, thank you for checking out this introductory video. I hope you will watch and enjoy the rest.